5070, over.
What are they?
Resident Evil 3 Nemesis is one of the most memorable games I can ever remember playing. From the very beginning of the game to the last scene, my palms never stopped sweating and my heart never stopped pounding. Everything worked perfectly to bring you in and then scare the crap out of you.
All units proceed to Richmond and Victoria. All right.
Let's do it.
Let's move! Go, 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 go! Fire! Come and get
You play the game as Jill Valentine, the heroine from the first game, as she is trying to escape a raccoon city that is on the brink of destruction. Getting in the way of Jill's escape are mercenaries hired by the Umbrella Corporation, panicked civilians, and more zombies than you can shake a stick at. The streets of Raccoon City are more overwhelmed with zombies than if Justin Bieber tickets had just gone on sale. And your only way out is to fight your way. Luckily, Jill has acquired some new skills since the last time we've seen her. She can now do a 180-degree turn at the press of a button. This is the biggest addition for me. It makes the zombies sneaking up behind you able to be dealt with. Also, Jill can now make her own ammo. This adds more strategy to the game because you won't always find ammo, but rather components to make ammo, and you have to know what combinations make what bullets. This adds to the tension of the game. But the game doesn't really need to add that much tension because the game is essentially a long chase scene. Umbrella has sent in something to help clean up the mess they made. They drop in the Nemesis, who is the main enemy of the game, and this is where the tension of the game comes from. Amazing how a character can scare the crap out of you so much and still only say one word. Stars. Throughout the game, you'll be doing your thing, and Nemesis will come out of nowhere. And when that happens, you really only have one option, and that is to run. Run like your life depends on it, because it kind of does. At times, the game will pause and give the player an option on what to do next. Personally, I always run. The controls and the camera angles are the same as the previous two games, and that is a good thing. I love the camera of the classic Resident Evil games. It adds so much tension not being able to see everything, and the controls are only as bad as you are. If you love Resident Evil games, then you will feel comfortable with the controls, and if you don't love Resident Evil games, then why are you doing this? The game also breaks up the action with the introduction of the Mercenaries mode, which would see its way into many Resident Evil games from then on. This was a fun arcade mode that has you go around and kill zombies to get the highest score. Simple, but addictive. My biggest complaint about the game is the lack of a second character to play as. And don't say Carlos, you know what I mean. Resident Evil 2 even had separate discs with 2 scenarios for each character. This only has one scenario. While this does succeed in being a great and intense one, it feels a little like a step back, and perhaps they didn't have the time to make a second one. With a very good story that holds you tight through the game, refined controls, and the great Mercenaries mode, this game is nothing short of incredible. It is one good and scary ride.
Get away!